Hey guys, how's it going? So I know we've all gotten some pretty terrible legendary weapons, but I thought it would be fun to share with you my top 5 worst legendaries. Alright guys, so the first weapon we're looking at is called the Crippling Fat Man, and this perk does 50% more limb damage. Now obviously this perk would be kind of useful if you enjoy crippling your enemies before killing them, but on a fat man this is absolutely useless. So I'm here in a satellite array, and I'm just going to show you guys how useless this perk actually is. Now, as you can see from that demonstration there, these enemies don't look very crippled. They more look dead. So this weapon just plain does too much damage for the actual perk to come in handy. So once again, the Crippling Fat Man, not so useful. So the next weapon we're looking at is called the Ghoul Slayer's Board. This weapon does 50% more damage against ghouls. Now this is pretty much, in my eyes, a regular old 2x4 that does 28 damage to everything in the game and does 42 damage to ghouls, with a slow attack speed. So honestly, this thing is pretty worthless. I'm not even going to show you guys any gameplay of ghouls, because it'll probably take like 2 or 3 hits to kill them. But basically this weapon is also worthless. The next weapon we're looking at is called the Nocturnal Walking Cane, and this perk does increasing amounts of damage as the night grows longer and less damage during the day. This weapon has 7 damage. So with 7 damage and a medium attack speed, this weapon is already pretty worthless, but with the perk saying it does more damage at night and less damage during the day, that means when it's daylight like this weapon does less than 7 damage. It does less than the base amount of damage during the day. So this weapon could be doing 6, 5, 4, maybe even 1 damage right now, depending on how much this perk actually takes into effect. Now the next weapon I have is called the Penetrating Gamma Gun, and it says ignores 30% of the target's damage and energy resistance. Now if you know anything about gamma guns, this gun does not do ballistic nor energy damage, it does radiation damage. So the bullets are 100% radiation damage, and so the fact that the legendary perk ignores ballistic and energy damage simply means nothing, because the weapon doesn't do those damage types, and therefore it affects the target's threshold none whatsoever. So once again, this weapon is completely useless. Now the next weapon we have is called the Wounding Triple Barrel Missile Launcher, and this reads targets bleed for an additional 25 points of damage. Now this weapon is similar to the Fat Man, to where if a missile that does several hundred points of damage doesn't kill your enemy, then what makes you think 25 points of additional bleed damage will? So I can't say this weapon is completely useless, because it is a pretty powerful weapon. It does do some good damage, but if you don't kill an enemy with a single missile or a couple missiles, there's a pretty low chance that they're going to have 25 points left. Now actually, those guys almost died from the bleed damage. But if I do that, he's going to die to a missile. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing my top 5 worst legendary weapons. If you have any terrible legendary weapons you want to share with me, please leave them down in the comments section below. So once again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like, share, and subscribe for daily content, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.